This case is getting crazier and crazier by the minute. The feds just made some wild allegations against David after he destroyed the surveillance footage from the CCTV cameras at his house. Luckily, the security cameras of his neighbor were working, and it captured everything, right from when Celeste arrived to him coming out of the house hours later with a huge rubber bag believed to have contained the dismembered remains of her body. To make matters even worse, he has refused to address anything publicly in hopes that people will stop talking about it. Celeste's family is also now threatening to sue the LAPD if they don't make an arrest by the end of this week. Now, as we know, Celeste went missing in April 2024 and was recently found dismembered and severely decomposed in David's Tesla. The car had been abandoned at an impound for 5 days, and after several reports of a foul odor, the police came to check it out and made the gruesome discovery. Since then, a lot of Celeste's friends, including her mom, have confirmed that she was in a relationship with David. David started dating her when she was just 11 years old and he was 18. The entire time she was missing, she was living full-time in David's house, and they used to communicate on Discord. They also did a lot of live streams together, which have since gone viral. One of those streams was this disturbing one in which Celeste seemingly called him out for being with her despite her being just 14.
Kid trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
it's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
Sources close to Celeste confirmed that even while she was reported missing, she was actively in touch with her friends. She had created a whole new Discord account that only David and her friends knew about called Deleted User. In fact, earlier this year, she posted this photo of her rocking an engagement ring that David had given her after reportedly getting her pregnant. David actually confirmed the pregnancy himself when a fan asked him, "David, are you happily married or single?" And he replied, "Me and at Deleted User got a kid on the way." Now, remember what I said about her still being in contact with her friends while she was reported missing? According to a source who spoke to the Daily Mail, Celeste's friends said she stopped replying to their texts around late July to early August. David's tour also started on the 1st of August, and there are even images of Celeste being at the first few shows. However, by the third show, she wasn't showing up anymore. It's believed that this was around the time she got attacked and unalived. This would also explain why David dismembered her and stashed her in his car. What most people don't know is that the impound the car was found at is just 6 minutes away from where David lived. People believe that since he didn't know exactly what to do with her, and his tour was already in motion, he dumped her in the car and drove it to the impound in hopes of taking care of it later.
A search of the home that he appeared to have been staying in the Hollywood Hills. So we now find out that they were testing for blood. There's something called luminol, which can light up a floor.
Everyone's seen this on CSI.
Yeah.
That they spray it and it, allows them to see if there are traces of blood, even if it's been cleaned up.
So they were looking, on the floors. They were looking in drains to see if there were any traces of blood. We don't know what the results of the search were, but it's significant because the Tesla that contained her body in the trunk was parked nearby. And so it seems like their working theory is she might have been
She were
in the house.
killed or dismembered in the house and then placed in that car and parked, a block and a half away.
Right, and we should say that the police have not named a suspect yet. The police have not named a person of interest yet, but that doesn't mean they don't have one. They got a search warrant, which means they clearly were able to show a judge that there was probable cause to believe a crime was committed. But the police have been playing this really close to the vest.
One of Celeste's neighbors even came forward saying her family basically allowed her to run off with David when she was just 13 years old. Yup, 13. Instead of protecting her, they allegedly let her become financially dependent on him. And of course, David didn't mind, because all he had to do was hand them a couple $1,000s here and there, and boom, they'd let him keep their 13-year-old daughter in his house for as long as he wanted. And if you think this is just gossip, think again. There are actual messages between him and Celeste where she's venting about how annoying her parents were, and David replies back with, "Don't worry, I'll fix it." Like, what exactly was he fixing? It sounds like he was going to send her parents some money to make them back off.
We may now have evidence that Celeste's family knew about her relationship with David and allowed it. And this comment from 2024 is getting a lot of attention. So someone in Celeste's community commented on a post saying, "I live in Lake Elsinore floor, 5 to 10 minutes away. There was so much more going on. Her family knew he was with her since she was 11. They didn't care. All they cared for was the money given to them. She said unfortunately she was reported missing in 2024, but they all knew where she was. Even her friends extorted David with money so they wouldn't say where she was staying. I think the mom should be held responsible too for allowing a child to move in with a boyfriend at that age. There's a lot more than what's being said. Here in Elsinore, all her friends are talking about it because she was in communication with them. So sad. She said she would sneak out at age 11 even though her neighborhood is horrible, but her parents saw that he had money and became more dependent and would let her leave the house at 13 even though he was 18. She said her mother sold her for $10K a week and he paid so that he wouldn't be seen as a... which does add up with their Discord messages of her complaining about her parents and him saying, "Don't worry, I'll fix it." And the other crazy thing is that people found this comment on one of David's videos back in 2024 where someone named Robin River said he's waiting on the cops to get David for messing with minors. This is long before many of us knew about him and Celeste would be around 13 at that time. Since then, his account has blown up and people are waiting and hoping that whoever this is gives us some answers. Rest in peace to Celeste. Let me know what you guys think, and as anything comes out, I'll keep you guys updated.
Even before the police confirmed that it was really Celeste in that car, her friends also knew it was her. This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was picking her out. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD sweeped his place in the hills. I'm terrified that's who is in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she's still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. Another one of Celeste's close friends also said, "Last me and Celeste talked, she was drunk and spam calling David. They have matching tattoos from when they dated. David used to have pictures of her up on his Instagram, but after they broke up, he took it off. Only thing throwing me off is the age, but I'm just going to assume she lied about her age to everyone in our friend group back then. Because they did date, and then 2 days after that call with me and her, she deleted her whole account, pictures too." TMZ has also been working side by side with law enforcement to get the scoop on this case. And the latest updates they put out seem to suggest that there is security footage of David committing the crime, but he's withholding from authorities. According to them, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division has been tracking Celeste's history, and they are trying to piece together the story of her life. A source who spoke to TMZ said Celeste comes from a troubled home, and that may have triggered her desire to run away. A liquor store owner near where Celeste's school bus picked her up said there was one instance on March 19th, 2024, where Celeste's sister came to his store to review surveillance footage in an attempt to trace Celeste's steps after she ran away. Apparently, Celeste was able to navigate on her own by having multiple fake IDs in an attempt to present much older than she was. Police believe that Celeste was unalived in David's home, and that's actually how they were able to get the warrant to recently raid his home. But here's where things get even more shady. The house that David was living in was a rental, and right when the police started investigating, he and his manager ditched their $20,000 a month lease and disappeared. The house also had cameras both inside and outside, which police wanted access to because it would have captured the movements of anyone who went in and out the house. But here's the thing though, the owner of the house said the only one who has access to the footage is David. Apparently he usually gives full access to the cameras to whoever he's leasing it to. But here's the case where no one knows where David is, and he's also refusing to cooperate. It's unclear how long it'll take the police to get their hands on their footage, but whatever is in it will probably be the last piece of evidence they need to arrest him. One person said, "I'm surprised he hasn't put out a statement on his behalf. Definitely guilty, but they must only have circumstantial evidence. Gonna be hard to pin it because it's been so long." Another person said, "Teslas have at least 5 cameras on all corners. They would see who opens the frunk. It's not moving fast enough. Come on, she needs justice." But now I want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about the police taking so long to make an arrest? And do you think the security footage David is keeping from the feds shows him committing the crime? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.